Hi again, it's Margaret, and I have a delicious recipe that I have taken that was normally a regular non-vegan, not vegetarian at all, and turned it into a delicious alternative. You can do it either way, whether you want to be vegan, non-vegan, vegetarian, or regular. This is a delicious dish. It is called tomato pie. I'm from the South, as you can probably tell from my accent. And tomato pie is something so good because we have delicious tomatoes here in my area. And so I like to really take advantage of the beautiful, the things that are out there, the things that are in the markets. I walk in the market often not knowing what I'm going to make for dinner, but whatever looks good is what we're going to have. And I was so excited because our supermarket had a gluten-free pie shell. I thought I was going to have to make my own crust, which is, I'm a cook, I'm not a baker. I'm the first one to tell you that. And this is wheat-free, dairy-free, egg-free, soy-free, nut-free, corn-free, and casein-free. No artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, additives, no trans fat. So it's totally okay for vegan and diets. So it is a gluten-free pie crust. If you are not gluten-free, you could use a regular one. And I'll tell you what you're going to need as the ingredients for this delicious tomato pie. First of all, you need a pie crust. And if you like a topper to the pie and you are a baker and you do make your own pie crust, go to town, because this is delicious topped with more dough if you like it that way. I like to keep the bread part to a minimum and just focus more on this is a fruit, my son tells me, not a vegetable. But anyway, I like to focus more on the tomatoes than I do on the breading. So that's an option. I'm not sure how many tomatoes yet. I kind of just see how many will fit into the pan. So, and also we have fresh thyme. I have fresh basil. I'm going to use some Go Veggie. It's lactose free. It's gluten free. It's casein and soy free. Veggie cheese, and I've got the mozzarella and as well as the parmesan cheese. So 2 kinds of cheese in here. One thing you've got to do first of all is take your pie shell and just take a little bit of olive oil. I don't do much at all. And I take a little bit of Italian herbs and a little bit of garlic powder. And I just stick my finger in there and mush it all into the pie crust, just to rub it in, because the pie crust, the base of it, will have flavor too. Then you take a fork and you just poke a few holes in it so that it doesn't blow up and expand. The directions on the pie crust say to bake it at 375 for 10 minutes. Just read your pie crust and do whatever it says. So I'm going to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is take our tomatoes. I picked pretty firm ones. Romas are great for this, but I wanted a different tomato today. They've been washed, and I'm going to slice them about this thick. Because these are almost bite-sized, some of them, if they get larger, I'll cut them in half. But then I'm going to lay them on a paper towel, the wet side down if it's a dry side like that, and just let them hang out for about 15 minutes. What's going to happen is a lot of the moisture from the tomato will drain out. Some people sprinkle salt and a little bit of pepper on them. You can do that too because they're all flat. So you could lay them all out, let them just basically drain some of the moisture out of them, so then you don't have quite the soggy pie. So I'm going to get my prep work started and then come back for the assembly of the pie. Okay, we're back. The pie crust is out of the oven, still a little warm. It's just slightly brown with the Italian herbs, little pepper, and then I've got everything ready to layer up. So I've let my tomatoes just basically hang out. I sprinkled the Italian herbs on these too. Mine are called Herb de Provence. And the difference between that and an Italian herb is lavender. It has a little bit of lavender in it, and I really like lavender. So I like the extra flavor and aroma that it puts in there. So a Provence it is. So now I'm just taking the tomatoes, and another idea that you can do with this is you can add fresh spinach and just kind of chiffonade it, just cut it into tiny little pieces so it's user-friendly on the fork and when you're eating it, and you can just layer up the tomatoes or whatever you choose to use. Okay, so I've got a good layer here of tomatoes going. Now I'm going to take and do a little bit of salt, I did not salt them while they were on there. I think that almost makes too much go out. A little bit of the Herb de Provence, a little bit of pepper, and then a layer of, oh, I almost forgot. I have some fresh thyme. This grows in my garden very well. It made it all winter long, and we had a tough winter. So I'm going to take just a small layer of thyme, a small layer of fresh basil, all chopped up, growing my own. If that plant looks shorter, it's because I just gave him a haircut. And then some of the veggie cheese. This is the mozzarella. They also, I think, make an Italian blend, which would be just delicious with this. So as I said, you can add fresh spinach to this and have a spinach and tomato pie. I do that a lot. I actually like that a lot. So, and then I'm just going to repeat the process until I feel like I have enough. Another idea is they always sell 2 pie crusts instead of 1. I'm not sure the philosophy behind that, but you have to have 2 pie crusts. And so quite often I make 2 at a time because these freeze great. Just make it and freeze it. Don't cook it. And just pull it out the night you need it. You can just leave, you can let it thaw. It'll be thawing at probably 20-30 minutes. So just pull it out, give it 30 minutes to it, and just let it hang out, and then pop it in the oven just like we're going to do today, and it makes a lovely side dish or main dish depending upon what all you're serving. Okay, so another layer of tomatoes, another layer of basil, a little bit more of the thyme. Thyme did so well. I love fresh herbs. I try to grow a lot of them. If you guys have any tips on growing cilantro, I would really appreciate it. I cannot keep cilantro alive. I don't know if it wants shade, sun, partial. I do not please cilantro at all. Okay, a little more of the dry herbs, a little more of the pepper, a little more of the pink Himalayan salt, not too much. And then another layer of vegan cheese. If you're into dairy, then use the Italian, the 5 blend, I believe it's called. The Italian blend, it's 5 different types of Italian cheese. And this looks like it's gonna be enough. I have extra tomatoes, so I'm gonna have that in my salad today. I just need to use it all. My teenager, my daughter, I had her try this a few years ago. I said, just take a bite and see what you think. She took a big bite and she goes, oh my gosh, that tastes like a pizza. So, yay, if you can get a teenager to eat this, you're doing pretty good. So there you go. I did not even top it with any of our parmesan. I'll just put a little bit on top. I might sprinkle a little of this on it when I serve it. And that's it, guys. It's that easy. So there we go. We're going to take this, we're going to put it in the oven, and basically we just want everything to kind of mesh and melt together. So that would probably be 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. So I will show you the end result. Here's before the oven. Okay, I just pulled this out of the oven. It cooked for 25 minutes at 350 degrees, and then for the last 5 minutes I cranked the heat up to 400, and it looks beautiful. It's perfect. I'm just letting it cool. Okay, here we go, the final test. I'm gonna just top it with some fresh basil, and I've already cut a piece. It looks good. I like the way the crust looks, the cheese, the tomatoes. It looks delicious. And now for a bite. It tastes like a pizza and a pie, but the freshness of the tomatoes, it is so good. This is a delicious side dish. It's an excellent main dish, or just accompany it with a salad. If you have a party to go to and they ask you to bring a vegetable, no one will probably think of this. So whether you're using it in a vegan way or you use regular Italian cheeses with it, it is delicious. So make the most of the fresh vegetables this season. Enjoy your tomatoes. Please give this video a thumbs up, and thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.